Hi.
Hola.
Hi, hier ist Mr.
This is Michael Bradley.
Hey, I'm Memphis.
Hey.
Hola. Hello.
I'm here with soccer.com.
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 And I'm talking with my friends soccer.com.
See you soon.
Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you the What's in My Soccer Bag video for the month of February 2017. Since I'm in a position where I get to try out so many new products on a daily basis, this series is designed to highlight the best products that I found myself using throughout the previous month. Not necessarily stuff that I wore all at the same time, but stuff that I thought was particularly good. And I do this by filling up a soccer bag with apparel, equipment, as well as footwear. So of course I'm gonna go through each individual item, tell you what I liked about it, and you can of course purchase all of these items for yourself by either clicking the little pop-up on screen or the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where you'll find individual buy it now links along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes for each individual item in today's video. So if you see something that you like, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So for the month of February, I stuck with the same backpack I used last month. This is the Adidas Tango Crosby backpack, $70 retail price. And the main reason why I like it is it's huge. You can see it's stuffed to capacity at the moment, which is why it's laying on its back. But you can see when it's completely full, it really does have a lot of space. And it really is a backpack that's a little bit unique in that you can use it like I have it right now, where it's just filled to the top, so it's kind of an extended length backpack. But if it's not filled to the top and you have more room, you can actually fold over the edge, which you guys will see on screen, and use this little buckle right here to actually just make it a normal size backpack instead of this extra long one that you see. It's got the built-in special compartment for your shoes here. And this is part of the Adidas Tango line. So it's kind of a more soccer inspired style backpack. Lots of pockets all over the place. And again, just a good quality backpack overall. So we'll open it up and take a look at what's on the inside, because that's obviously what everyone is here to see. So I'll move this over to the side. The first item that I have for you guys is something I've been using consistently for probably 2 years now. These are the Strela Body Shield slider shorts. They're essentially compression shorts, which I personally like to have whenever I'm playing any kind of sport at all, with the added benefit of having pour-on foam padding built into the side of either leg. It's not a lot of extra protection. It's nothing that you feel or even see while you're wearing them, but when you do take a bump to the side of the leg, like someone else's knee, for example, it really does a big thing in terms of lessening the blow and preventing little bruised Charlie horses, kind of small impact injuries that obviously aren't necessarily going to take you out, but they can be annoying. So having that little bit of extra protection, very much appreciated. The best compression shorts that are soccer specific that I've personally ever used. They do make a goalkeeper version as well. That one though, as you can see, retails for $54 US. As far as training shorts go, I actually picked up a lot of the new Aeroswift stuff from Nike, and I did make a video on the entire Aeroswift line a few months ago now, but they've re-released it and they've changed it up a little bit. The material is now a little bit thinner, so this is the Nike Strike Aeroswift shorts. Retail is very steep, $75 US, but the quality is very good. Essentially what these are the actual in-game uniforms that the pros would wear. So Nike, Barcelona is a Nike kit. They would actually wear this particular short, but obviously in the right colors with their branding and stuff like that. Authentic Barcelona shorts would probably run you, if I had to guess, $130. These retail for $75, so they're a little bit less than what that would cost, obviously. Still quite expensive, but in terms of what's changed in comparison to previous Aeroswift stuff, is that the material seems to be a little bit thinner and a little bit softer this time around, which I would argue they almost feel a little bit cheaper to me, but they're the best shorts that I've personally ever used. They're super breathable, super thin. They fit really nicely, and the material is so stretchy and elasticated that there's almost no restrictiveness to them whatsoever. So for me, that's the big thing with the Aeroswift line. It's expensive. It's not necessarily leaps and bounds better over a regular pair of shorts. They're obviously not going to make you play better, but like I said, they're super comfortable, and they are the most, I guess, free-feeling shorts that I've personally ever worn. These are, of course, in royal blue and black. And again, I think they're really good. As far as the training top is concerned, again, kind of sticking with that new Aeroswift line, I picked up the new Aeroswift Strike training top as well. This guy retails for another very steep price, $100 US. It looks great, obviously, the quality is very good. And again, in comparison to the original Aeroswift stuff, It's thinner this time around, both through the middle as well as the sleeves. I mentioned on my review of the Aeroswift training top previously that I thought the sleeves were a little bit too thick, and they seem to have addressed that. These are a lot thinner, and the shirt just feels better in my opinion. It's not as heavy, which is definitely a good thing. It maintains pretty much the same general look. So from a distance and what you guys can see, it probably looks almost identical to that original variation. But again, they've changed up the materials. It feels a little bit softer and a little bit thinner overall. Very breathable, very high quality. Again, this would essentially be the actual match jersey that a club like Barcelona would wear. An actual in-game jersey retails for, I believe, $160. So this retails for $60 less, but again, it's the same shirt, just without any kind of official branding on it. As far as kind of colder weather gear is concerned, I picked up this right here, which I thought looked really, really good, and it's just a good training top in general. This is the Nike PSG 2017 training top. Obviously, it's long sleeve with the quarter zip here at the top. It's got a little bit of a collar, very, very short though. And what I really like about this is the material that it's made out of. It's kind of like a mesh type material, but it's got some softness to it and a little bit of kind of an insulated sensation. So it does keep you relatively warm. And the sleeves are a little bit more fitted, which I also really like, in that when you are playing in something like this, it's not bulky while you're wearing it, which is really, really important to me. Plus, I just think it looks very, very good in this kind of light gray with the red accents, the Fly Emirates sponsor there on the front, the red down the sleeves. I just think it's a really cool looking top. You can wear it for training. You can also wear it casually because it does look that good. And the retail price on this, $70 US, which is honestly pretty reasonable, all things considered, at least in comparison to the Aeroswift stuff. So fold that up, put that to the side, and then as far as training pants go, I picked up these guys right here. This is also part of the Aeroswift Strike line, and these are the pants, which I think they've made the biggest change to the actual pants themselves. The material, again, softer and thinner, as I talked about before. It does have the little tape band down the side, which is a little bit different this time around in comparison to what the original version has. I think it looks very good. This is the black and royal color, of course. You get the zipper pockets, but most notably, the biggest change that they've made is down here at the bottom. It's now made from pretty much the same material all the way around, and they got rid of the kind of revealing mesh type material at the back of the calf, which I thought looked a little bit goofy, if I'm completely honest. This is just straight black all the way down, or one solid color, which I think looks a lot more normal. Obviously, they are tapered pants, and very much like the shorts, there's no restrictiveness to these whatsoever. I'm personally somebody who really doesn't like playing in pants at all. These don't have a zipper at the bottom, so you're gonna have to take your shoes off or on to put on or to remove the pants. But when you're actually playing in them, there's really no extra bulk, which is really, really nice. And again, there's no restrictiveness to them whatsoever. You really don't feel like you're wearing pants, but you do get, of course, the warmth of pants. So that's really, really important. And as far as the cost of those pants is concerned, they retail for, I believe, $120 US. So again, pretty expensive, but definitely the best training pants that I've personally ever worn. Now, for other kind of cold weather gear, I guess for rainier days, I actually picked up this, and this is kind of an interesting thing. This is from Live Breathe Football. It's a jacket. Live Breathe Football is kind of a newer brand. It's a soccer, it's a performance product, but they're somewhat of a lifestyle brand as well, which is kind of interesting. And I know it's a brand that most people probably have never heard of, but they actually have made a pretty good product here. The retail price on this is $120, and this is the Live Breathe Football Maestro Tech Jacket. So it's specifically designed for soccer/football. You can see here on the front a couple key characteristics of the jacket. Obviously, it's a rainproof material. The actual zipper down the middle is not down the middle. It's slightly off-center, and the reasoning for that is if you are trying to control the ball with your chest, you're going to have a little bit more of a cleaner surface, if you will. You're not going to get a hard zipper right down the center of your chest, which definitely seems like a pretty good idea to me. It does have the little kind of almost like a neck gaiter built into the actual jacket itself. So you do get a little bit of coverage for basically the bottom half of your face as well as your neck if it is really, really cold. The internals are lined in fleece, so it does have some warmth to it while still maintaining a fairly slim and non-bulky feel. Zippers on the front there at the bottom, and then one zipper here with the reflective stripes on the front as well. You can see on the back it does have the Live Breathe Football branding there in reflective material as well. You also do get the little thumb slot in the sleeves themselves. And again, it's a cool looking jacket. It has a very modern design to it. And again, considering it is a smaller brand that most people have never heard of, the quality is remarkably good. So pretty good jacket if you are on the market for something a little bit different. I guess different from the big brands that you would probably expect to see on my channel. Nonetheless, we're going to continue moving on to a pair of training socks, and these are the Adidas Traction socks. They're very, very good. Retail on these guys is $14 US, and what's so good about these socks is that the quality is just really, really nice. They're super soft, a very consistent material throughout the entire sock itself. The little stitching across the top of the toes feels very, very seamless, so there's really no kind of bulges on the sock itself. It's got the targeted padding at the bottom of your foot as well as on your heel, and it's a pretty straightforward, simple design here. You can see it's got the stripes. This is black at the bottom with the light gray stripe, and then the dark gray stripe at the top. I really like training in crew socks versus full-length ones if I'm not wearing shin guards or anything like that. And again, really good socks for $14. People really underestimate the value of a good pair of socks. More often than not, if you are experiencing discomfort in your shoes, you can probably blame it on your socks if you're wearing some really old, not the best quality socks. So investing in a new pair of training socks, definitely not a bad idea, and those are some that I can very strongly recommend. As far as shin guards and shin guards products go, I've been using this, same thing I have been using. These are the Strela Body Shield Leg Sleeves, and basically it is a sleeve to hold your shin guards in place. So you get a compression sleeve with a built-in pocket on the front. Because of the design of the sleeve, the shin guards can't actually fall through the bottom, and they do a pretty good job of staying in place by way of a little silicone material that lines the top and bottom of the inside of the band there, so where it does wrap your leg. So it grips quite nicely, which is really, really good. Plus, just like the actual slider shorts, you get pour-on foam down the outside of your calf as well. It's a part of your I guess shin area that shin guards wouldn't actually cover. So you get that little bit of extra padding, which does make a big difference, again, when you take those knocks to the side of the leg without really adding any bulk that you can see or feel while you're actually playing. These guys retail for $30 US. They replace the need for using tape all the time. And again, I think they are a best of the best product in terms of shin guard sleeves. Speaking of shin guards, these are the ones I've been using. These are the 3rd generation C6 Agility carbon fiber shin guards. A best of the best product by a long shot. I've never tried anything that comes even close to these things. Very expensive with a retail price of about $135, but view it as the last pair of shin guards that you'll ever need to purchase. They last forever. I've been using this particular pair for about 2 years now. They still look brand new. It's aerospace grade, carbon fiber, handmade in the US. They're super thin, they're super hard, they're super light, they fit extremely well. They, again, meet every best of the best, I guess, criteria in every single category a shin guard can be. So again, they are quite expensive, but you definitely do get what you pay for from a quality and performance standpoint with those C6 Agility shin guards. So if you're on the market for the last pair of shin guards you'll ever need to buy, those are the ones that I would recommend hands down. As far as a ball is concerned, because obviously you have to have one of those, I have the Finale 17 Adidas Champions League match ball. So this is, of course, the match ball that they will use in the final, but I believe they're using this for the entire knockout stage of the Champions League as well. So it is, of course, the standard Champions League ball with the white base and, of course, the stars throughout. The stars in this particular situation, though, feature a dragon design. So you guys are probably familiar with the dragon-inspired Champions League Pure Chaos and Pure Control that came out not too long ago. This is the ball to match that. So really good quality ball, $160 retail price, which is about what top-end match balls go for nowadays. But again, you get what you pay for with these match balls. They're the best of the best from a performance, quality, as well as durability standpoint. And this one is no different. It's very, very good. And I think one of the better looking Champions League balls that we've had in the last couple of years. So I'll put that over to the side. And we'll finish off with the 2 shoes that I've picked as kind of my highlights of the month. The first pick I think should be fairly obvious. It is the Nike Hypervenom Phantom 3 in the low cut variation. Last month, the mid cut one is kind of the one that I had for the majority of the month, and then I picked up the low cut one, or got my hands on the low cut one towards the end of January. But in February, I had these pretty much for the entire month. There's a playtest up on my channel if you want to check that out. I'll leave a pop-up on screen. The Phantom 3, whether it's the low cut or mid cut, is a fantastic shoe. What they've done with this model, entirely different from previous generations of Hypervenoms. The Flyknit upper is great. The shoe's very, very comfortable. It's responsive. It fits extremely well. And for me personally, I just prefer low cut shoes over mid cut shoes from a comfort standpoint. So I just really do like the low-cut Phantom 3 over the mid-cut one. But again, fantastic shoe if you're on the market for something new and you want something that is kind of extremely unique. The Hypervenom Phantom 3 is definitely one of those shoes that you should put on your list because it is a very, very good model. Definitely going to be one of the best releases of 2017. The final pair of shoes that I have right here may surprise a few people. I guess if you regularly watch my channel, you might not be too surprised. But I picked here the Under Armour Clutch Fit Force 3.0. So this is the brand new Under Armour Clutch Fit. Under Armour, probably one of the more underrated brands in the soccer world at least. But this is a very good shoe. The Clutch Fit model in general, since they first introduced it, was great. The Clutch Fit 2 improved upon that. And the Clutch Fit 3 is even that much better. This is the best Under Armour shoe out right now, and one of the best Under Armour shoes they've ever put out as a brand. The Clutch Fit material is very unique in terms of how it fits, feels, and just wraps your foot in general. It's an extremely comfortable boot out of the box. Probably one of the most comfortable out of the box shoes currently on the market. Phantom 3 also, I guess, could be a contender for that particular criteria. But again, very good shoe. They redesigned the stud pattern, redesigned the sole plate. The shoe fits much better than previous Clutch Fit models as well. And again, it's just a very good shoe that's pretty unique in terms of how that Clutch Fit material fits on your foot, feels, and just has that kind of elasticated wrap. Almost a sock-like effect, but without a knitted upper, which is kind of what the Phantom 3 has on offer as well. But ultimately, two very different shoes, but two very capable performers. All right, guys, that is it for this month's What's in My Soccer Bag video. Again, if you're interested in any of these products for yourself, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. It'll take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where you'll find individual buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes for all of the items that you saw in today's video. If you have any questions regarding the items in the video, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.